Welcome back to Podtalk. Today we're doing a special episode where instead of asking people questions like we would, they will tell us what are the right questions to ask in an interview.
Normally when we interview students, we have a hard time getting them to talk. Even when we know them really well and we know what they're into, they still give us one-word answers or responses. Today we're going to ask one question.
What are the right questions to ask in an interview? What do you think we've been doing right and what do you think we've been doing wrong, Jay?
And find better questions to ask so they can talk more.
For me, I think what we've been doing good is when we say tell me more, and because it really helps to get the interviewee talking more and speaking more about what we asked. And I think what we're doing bad is I think asking too many questions. As soon as I think we're not always giving them enough time to ask to fully answer the question. We're just going question. We have to do question and let them answer.
Yeah, it's weird when there's silence and then we just ask them another question. We have to give them time for them to answer the question.
Yeah. I think sometimes people just don't have much to say, or maybe they do have stuff to say, but just don't say it in front of the microphone. I think also it's just all about the person, because if someone is just okay with talking like that, then it'll make it way easier. Mm-hmm. But then some people aren't, and they'll just give one word answers, or just simple, not talking at all really.
They just say yes or no.
Yeah. You can't ask it again, so you we would have to find another way to reword it or something like that. By the time we do that, we've moved on from the topic.
Who am I sitting down with?
Jason.
So what's the topic of your podcast?
Mixed martial arts.
And what do you talk about on your podcast?
We talk about our personal experiences, which was our episode for NPR. But usually, we talk about fighting styles and how to defend yourself.
So if you were in an interview, what would be the question that you would want the person to ask you?
Maybe why I started.
Is it weird to talk about yourself?
Very.
I know you have a friend that you do your podcast with. What do you do? You get each other to talk.
If we're stuck, we kind of just yell at each other to try to get them to talk. Cause we planned out everything, they just blank out in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So.
Is it easier to do it with someone you're really close with or someone you're not so close with?
In my opinion, someone I'm really close with, because then it's more comfortable and we can get things flowing more easily.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks for coming on.
All right.
My podcast is Swimming as a Sport. I ask questions that are more general so they can understand it in different ways, so then they would explain it more in depth, change one topic to another without changing the conversation drastically.
Pop vs. Rock
with Lainey and Maya.
In our podcast, Maya will show me 3 new Taylor Swift songs each episode, but I'll pick a different rock band to show her 3 songs from there. And we try to see we can kind of convert each other to our preferred music taste. Our title sounds a little aggressive, but we mainly just discuss about it.
They normally I ask them if they want to be interviewed. Nope. They listen to Drake and stuff. So no one's into Taylor anymore.
I disagree.
I would change up the wording of the question.
I mean, you could try and like Maya said, spice it up, but when somebody's not interested, you can't make them interested. They either like it or they don't. Why is it different from other music podcasts?
Or why how we developed our loving for what we do, or what we listen to.
So at first it was kind of weird because I never talked in a microphone like that, but after a while it becomes natural. So a question would be a good question, how you plan out your podcast and know what to say. Pick a pretty general topic. Don't be too specific, because then you're not because it's hard to talk about it naturally without having breaking it down more.
You're sitting down with Kyle.
Oh, what's your podcast about?
It's about MMA. Maybe ask about their experience within what you're talking about.
Can you say more about that?
Just like ask them about their experience and like what challenges they faced and like what steps they took.
Why do you think it's so hard to get people to talk?
It really depends on the person. It might be because like they're shy or something, or maybe they just have a lot to like talk about, so they can't like put it in one word.
What do you do in your podcast if you guys like run out of things to say?
We create like questions, like follow along the script, or just continue adding to the script.
My name is Aditya. Me and Pritov, we search to find the most interesting current events out there, and then we either rank them, we like go through a flash round with them. That's the kind of thing, because current events are typically seen as boring, but they're a general idea and you can do a lot with them.
And why did you get into this topic?
There's a lot of variety to it. You can't really, you can't determine what happens in the world. So you can either get a really interesting episode, an exciting one, a comedic one, or a sad one out of all the different events happening. We write everything beforehand and we just read through it on the day of like recording. That way we don't have to worry about, just going blank and not knowing what to say.
So if you were in an interview like this, what would be the right question to ask you?
Probably something like, what drew you to this topic? Helps.
Pritov. It's about current events and crazy things that are going on in the world, like in 2024, and how it's already been a hectic year and we're only like 4 months into the year.
So like, why'd you get into this topic?
Because it's pretty interesting. It's not really talked about that much.
Like, what would be the right question to ask you about your podcast or about you to get you talking?
Why did I start?
Like, can you tell me more about that?
I started, I wanted to do this because usually on the news and stuff, it really doesn't talk about the things we talk about, like news that only like we see on like TikTok or Instagram and stuff. But like me and Aditya are piling it up into a podcast.
What excites you about your topic?
I get excited by all the new things I hear and learn when I'm trying to research for our podcast, to think about like what we want to talk about.
I thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
After hearing all of those responses, now we have a better idea and grasp on the topic of like what we should ask people during an interview. This has been a lot of fun. We look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.